Guys, good morning. Just a little follow-up on that last video I put out. I know it was a lot in there, but I'm going to post a video below of the final trailer to the Disclosure movie that's coming out with some comments from Mr. Spielberg. So take a look. I know it sounds crazy, and probably some of y'all are just, I'm not going to say you're beyond it, but I know a lot of y'all are so focused on Jesus and doing that and that in another lane that maybe you're not catching some of the stuff that the news media is putting out very quietly, because what they'll do is they try to put it in the background of our mind, so it's like, oh yeah, ho hum, we're tired of hearing about this. But the way that witchcraft works is they have to disclose what they do. It's like they manipulate. The Father doesn't speak anything into the earth without prophesying it without his prophets. He speaks it before he does it, in a way that's with honor and integrity and for his glory. And the enemy, they do it as a manifestation tactic, actually, where they, from what I understand, the way witchcraft works is they have to tell you that what they're doing before they do it. And so that's why a lot of the movies we've had in the past have been basically prophecies. If you watch them, it's literally, like Ready Player One, that movie that came out. I'm not saying to go watch it, but a lot of these movies will be prophecies to what they're going to do, because they're disclosing it in a very stupid way a lot of times before they actually try to manifest it in the earth. And so this Disclosure movie that's coming out, you may not, it sounds crazy, but just watch the trailer. And this is not a new thing they're doing. This is thousands and thousands of years this plan has been playing out, and we need to get our minds ready for what's about to go down. And I'm saying all this not because I am trying to promote fear or be a conspiracy theorist. I'm saying it because the disciples asked Jesus in Matthew 24 what would be the signs of his coming. He's meeting with his top dogs privately, and he says, what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many, saying, I am your deliverer, I am the anointed one, I am Christ. And they'll deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. And it goes through all the things, and how we'll be afflicted and how we'll be killed, because we'll be hated by all nations, not just a couple. And it says many will be offended, and they're going to hate one another. And he says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. And the reason I keep track of the things I've kept track of is because it keeps me on point. I've studied this stuff for probably 20 years, and I've kind of seen the tactics and the way the enemy works, and it keeps me on point. It keeps me thinking, man, this really is a war. Well, really, this world is not our home. I really got to be praying in the spirit and warring in the spirit and overcoming, because me and Angie went through a season in the last 10 years where we got deceived. I hit rock bottom. You wouldn't think it now hearing me talk, but it wasn't but about 3 or 4 years ago. I was at the lowest point of my life I have ever been. And I had walked through a period of deception. I had gotten into my emotions. I'd gotten into my cares about myself, loving my own life, and just stuff shook out in a way, and I didn't even realize it until it was like my mind was out there. And so I was still praying, still doing all that stuff, and God allowed it, because he's shaking everything that can be shaken, so that which cannot be shaken shall remain. And so if you're going through shaking right now, if we're going through some hard stuff, we're going through yesterday we're going through some hard stuff right now, and we were having a conversation with some family and friends, and I could feel that conversation drifting off into a place of more of emotion than being in the spirit. And man, I just had to gather myself up, man. I'm like, nope, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna let myself go out there, because you let yourself go and you don't know, you just don't know, because we have authority over certain things, and when we give authority to the things that shouldn't have authority, they can take you down a path. And so we got to stand in the truth, stand in the faith, and know the truth, and not be deceived. And so that's why I'm posting this video, is because we need to see this. We need to see this stuff that they're beginning to propagate and put out in the world, because I believe it's going to become a bigger deal than what we think. And we have got a job. A lot of us have been getting the solid work of the gospel put into us for years, more than just being evangelists, but God's been taking us through a process of death to self and sanctification and becoming, putting our feet upon a rock and becoming one with our Father, and, you know, really learning to live in the presence of God. And so we are, it's my opinion that we just thought we was working, but we about to get to work, because this gospel of the kingdom is not just going to have to be preached. It's going to have to be lived in this hour. We're going to live the gospel. Not that we haven't been doing it, but, you know, this is the hour, I believe, that we, or it's at least an hour that we have been being prepared for, to stand and be a light in a city on a hill, because the sheep and the goats are being separated, and there's light and darkness that's beginning to the defining line is becoming brighter of who's in the light and who's not. And it says, darkness covers the earth and great darkness the people, but light rises upon you. And so we are going to shine in this hour. And so, guys, we have got to, and I'm talking to myself. It's like I have, and when I'll say I'll say we have got to get solid as we can in our identity with Christ and who we are in him. Why were we created? Why were we born? Chosen to be one with Jesus, one with the Father, pressing on that we might know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of sharing in his suffering, so somehow we might attain to the resurrection of the dead. And so it's an exciting time as we see the darkness increasing, our light is increasing. We're gonna stand out. We're gonna shine for the glory of the gospel. And when I say that, I don't mean on YouTube. I mean in our circles, around our friends, around our family. The separation is going to be there, and we need to be prepared as God prunes away certain relationships and certain aspects of our life. And we're like, I'll never forget my old pastor used to say, he said one time, and it blew my mind. He said, one day these evil entities are going to show up again and walk amongst us. He said that, and he said that, and he would talk about the separation that was going to happen and how we were going to have to really be ready. He would talk about, like, when we were going to be taken up to meet the Lord in the air, how in a twinkling of an eye you were going to have to be ready to release this world and be ready to be caught up to meet Jesus in the air. And God is taking us through processes right now of releasing things in this world, releasing things that have held us, relationships, emotional ties, different things where the Lord is like, he's freeing us up so that we're living as children of God, ready to enter the promised land. You're leaving out of Egypt, you take nothing but the wealth of the land. And we're gonna, we're pressing on. We're not looking at the giants going, we can't do this, this is too hard. Or look at a trailer like this and go, wow, this is really deceptive, this is scary, I'm not even gonna think about it. Nah. These giants in the land, they ain't too big for us. They're not too big for our King. We'll do to them just what David did to Goliath. We're going to stand in the evil day, and we're going to shine and preach the glory of this coming kingdom in whatever capacity he's got us at, whatever we're doing it at. Some people are going to be preaching, some we're just going to shine the light of the gospel in our daily life until he comes. But get this, Jesus knew us before we were born. He knew us in our mother's womb. He's called us and he separated us unto himself. He loves us. I don't care what this world's saying or what our circumstances saying. Jesus loves us, and he's moving us into a place of victory, no matter what it looks like. He's bringing us into the kingdom. He's bringing us into his glory, and he's bringing us into unity with himself. He's not going to share his glory with another, but if you're one with him, so we're going to be able to partake in the glory of God and oneness with our Father who loved us the most, that sent our big brother Jesus to come and die for us, to redeem us back. And not only redeem us back, but to train our hands for war and teach us and sanctify us and bring us into unity with himself, to sit with him on his throne for all time and eternity. Boom. That's what we're made for. That's what we've been created for. That is what God's plan is for us. And so as we see the world shaking, and as we see them coming out with our saviors in these movies that they're trying to let us know about through the government right now, we can look up, because our salvation is his hand. The end is drawing closer, and our King is on the way. I don't know if he's on his horse yet, but I believe he's standing up. 70 years, 30 years, 10 years, 3 years, 7 years. We'll see. I don't know. But I do believe we're closer, a little bit closer now than we were a while ago. And we need to understand he loves us. He loves us. He created us for himself and for his glory and for a dwelling place. That's what he made us for. Yeah, it's what he made us for. And as soon as we can get on with that plan, then all the suffering and all this stuff begins to make a whole lot more sense. He's a good, good shepherd. And he's a good father. And he loves you. Draw close today. He loves you. He wants you there. I don't care what it looks like on the outside or what kind of junk the enemy's throwing in your ear. Throw it off. I'm going to believe the truth. I bind all the traffic of the enemy around my thoughts and all my intake and people around me. Lord, come and settle around me and give me the truth of the light of the gospel and show me how much you love me. I'll follow you. I'll trust you. I'll walk with you. I love you, Jesus. You guys have a good day.